Insecurity, uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, a lack of confidence. Insecurity, we know, is very crippling, traumatizing, and honestly, just very toxic. I believe that we've all seen or experienced somebody whose own insecurity has brought us down or a person we know down to their same level. And I believe that these interactions that we have actually caused us to view this word insecurity in almost in such a negative connotation, while there is also a second definition, or I would think a better way to describe insecurity, which is the state of being open to danger, threat, or lack of protection. So now when we look at this new definition of insecurity or insecure, what really changes in it? And I would say what changes is the opportunity. When we have an opportunity to now face the threat, the danger, or create protection for ourselves, I think that flips our mindset on this idea of insecure and allows us to take back the power that the word I feel has taken from us. Where now people don't want to claim that they're insecure. Everyone wants to always say they have standards or they have boundaries. But now, because of our fear of using this word insecurity, I believe we are now using the word boundaries and standards wrong. And this is personified in a debate I just watched on the Fugazi podcast. It's I don't even know bro's name. Uh, I'm just gonna call him the host of Fugazi. He's debating someone named what is this man's name? Antenna. And so in this video, I wanted to first lay out my own personal idea of how we should view insecurity. And then now we will break down that in this video. I will preface this to say me and Antenna, I think, are very similar. I do believe that in this argument, he didn't really articulate the points we share very well. And also, I think he allowed his own threat or danger of being embarrassed by whoever this guy is, Mr. Fugazi. Well, I guess he's Mr. No Fugazi. I think he allows his own security being embarrassed by him to take over and lose his points or lose his composure and his cool, which allowed for the argument to begin to run rampant. But now that we have our intro, let's get straight into it.
Men, well, pretty much the average men and the average women are insecure. And I believe that when the women on a lot of these red pill podcasts say that, like, a man is insecure for not wanting a woman with a high body count or whatever, they are correct in the sense that the person that doesn't want the woman with a high body count is typically insecure, but they're incorrect in the negative connotation that they're implying. But the analysis that they're insecure most of the time is correct, unless for super specific reasons or whatever. But most of the time they are correct. They're just correct. They're just incorrect in the negative connotation behind the word. But it seemed to be the case that you disagreed with that they're not insecure. And I mean, yeah, we just never reached an agreement. So
Okay, so we're gonna summarize Antenna's point. So Antenna is basically saying, um, when a woman or a man calls their partner or somebody else insecure for whatever reason, saying when they say you're insecure, they are correct in the fact that he is being or she is being insecure. They are incorrect on the negative connotation of the word, or as I would say, the meaning. So when he says negative connotation, I want you to get in your mind first definition. First definition is you are, and let me make sure I read it perfectly. I don't wanna mess it up. Uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, a lack of confidence. So when he says negative connotation, uncertainty about yourself, anxiety about oneself, lack of confidence about oneself. But what he's trying to say is it's not an uncertainty about myself or a lack of confidence in myself. I feel like whatever position we're in, you are putting me in a state of danger or threat. I am in a lack of protection. So that's what he means when he says negative connotation, or that's what he means whenever he says they're using the wrong when they use the wrong connotation of the word, they're using the wrong meaning of it or the wrong perspective in when they use it. So in response to hearing Antenna's idea of what insecurity is, David now lays out this I don't want to call it a counter argument, but basically this story to see if it holds true.
for example, well, you know what? I don't really like when people walk inside my house with their shoes on. Take your shoes off. And you're like, well, why? Because I just don't want it. You know what I mean? Just because. Well, that is a valid reason. I wouldn't. You would call that person insecure. I would call that
No,
person
I
not
literally
insecure.
wouldn't.
Okay. So when asked a question, Antenna says there's specific reasons that make it insecure. And at this point, I would have had to change the argument because the two things don't actually equate. Walking in somebody's house without shoes on, or if they want you to have shoes on, it doesn't equate to choosing to be in a relationship with someone who has a high body count, because there's no danger, there's no sacrifice in someone. There's no danger or threat in someone walking to your house with or without shoes on. So the level of danger or threat isn't there to qualify it for insecurity. It would be more like bothersome, troublesome, annoying. That would be more a word to use instead of insecurity. And I think Antenna kind of got caught in this trap of, well, now everything's insecure, but everything's not insecure. That's why words have different meanings and different words fit different situations better than others.
Is then what's different about someone that doesn't want people to walk inside their house with shoes on? And their reasoning is, well, the reason that you just gave was, well, I don't want a chick with a high body count because it won't lead to a successful relationship in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We could give that same reasoning, just flip it over to someone, but you're saying that that reason is insecure.
Yeah.
We could use that same reasoning to someone not wanting people to walk inside their house with shoes on. No, all shoes off at the door.
Okay, so he restates the question and basically saying, if you say that someone who is insecure about someone with a high body count won't lead to a very successful future for the relationship, someone could flip that back around and say, someone walking into my house with shoes on will not lead to a successful future for my house. So, and again, this is why different words are used for different things. And this is where Antenna kind of got caught up of words do matter. So with the relationships, you are giving the security of your emotional well-being, possibly your financial, you're allowing somebody into your life. That is opening up doors and levels of security in your own personal life that you're now opening up to another person, which is causing a lack of security, even if it's a good relationship, even if you think they are a good person. But with the idea of walking on with shoes on, there is no threat or danger of somebody walking into your house with shoes on. Your house will not fall because someone has walked into your house with shoes on. Now it may become a little dirty. You might have to clean up. You might have to, vacuum again. But that's not danger. That's not a threat. What that is an inconvenience. Something could be called an annoyance or a lack of care to your home by them.
Let me finish. So a person in a relationship, not even a relationship, but a man that's, courting women and looking for a mate, he's looking at what's best for him. He doesn't lack any confidence. He's not unsure of himself, right? Because he knows himself. So he's looking at what's best for him. And what's best for him is a woman without a high body count, a woman with a lower notch count, right? Due to X amount of reasons, statistics show that when a woman reaches a body count between 5 or 6, the probability for her to maintain a long-term relationship, that drops down to 20%. So I would say that the man, he doesn't lack any confidence. He's not unsure of himself. That's not an unsurety. He's looking at what's best for himself, right?
Okay.
So
respond. You kind of going back. You kind of repeating yourself.
Okay. And so now when you hear him say, the man isn't lacking confidence, he's looking out for himself, which is true. This is true. That is why not Fugazi, Antenna, when he laid out this argument, he laid it out wrong because he allowed confidence to kind of be built back into it. He allowed the negative the negative connotation of the word insecurity to come back in and now fester and that be back into the conversation when he's trying to take the negative connotation out. So like I said, when you take out that first definition, not take it out, but just understand it doesn't work in every scenario. The first definition of insecurity is not how it works every single time. So insecure, again, threat or danger. So I might be confident that I can beat somebody up. I can be very confident in that. But there is still a part of me that thinks I can get hurt. There is threat. There is danger. I am not fully protected. So right now, I'm in an insecure place. I might not be insecure. I might have confidence that I can win, but the threat and state of danger will still be there. So that's what Intent is really trying to communicate, that we're using the word wrong in most scenarios. Most people aren't actually insecure. They are insecure about a certain thing. This situation makes them feel like they have a lack of protection. This situation makes this person or this idea or this situation is a threat or a danger to themselves. The threat didn't make me unconfident. I'm still confident in myself, but I will not choose to put myself in a threatening or a danger or a dangerous situation. And I think that's how we need to start. When we start communicating this idea of insecurity, that's where we need to take it. Instead of saying, I don't have the confidence, you don't have the confidence, you have too much anxiety about what I'm doing. No, I do. I am very confident in myself. I am currently confident in our relationship. But when you do A, B, C, and D, it now makes me feel like there is a threat or a danger, or our relationship is now not protected the way it should be. And that is leading me to be insecure at the current moment. So when we take it from that viewpoint, now we can talk to the woman with the high body count and say, hey, you having a high body count does make me feel insecure. Oh, you're insecure. You're not confident that I'm gonna stay with you, or da da da. No, I am not confident that you will stay with me because you have shown over time that you will pick many partners. So I know you might not value partnership how I value partnership. And in that state now there is no lack of confidence of oneself. There's a lack of confidence in one inanimate or animate object or thing. And then we can proceed to talk about that thing, person, place, or whatever, and build that. But let me know what you guys think about it. The comments were definitely crazy on this video because he just kind of went off on a ramble and said how the dude paints his nail and he's low-key gay and he probably doesn't have sex, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I think he made very good points about how insecurity isn't always about a lack of confidence. But since he got brought back in to talking about confidence, he got stuck. He got caught up by Mr. David, who he got him with that by bringing that back up. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, tag Fugazi. I would love to debate him on this same topic and see what he says. See if I can get the dub. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy TDR Shy. Appreciate y'all tapping in.